Hi guys, welcome to the Lulu podcast. I'm Amanda Lindenberg, the owner of Lulu Med Spa, and we've got a special guest with us today.
My name's Leanna Goldie. I'm a nurse practitioner, and I used to work here. I still kind of do.
Johnny will be here soon. He got a new job, which I do want to talk about that story when he gets here because we saw a psychic in Salem, and she predicted this exactly. So he can't not miss a meeting when he's just started a new job. So, okay, are we getting into questions?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Today is going to be about dating, marriage, divorce, all the things. So let's start off with what's more attractive, good skin or good conversation?
Good conversation.
Here's the mic.
Yeah.
Good conversation. We can fix skin.
That's what that was.
I'm like, that's literally what we do. So good conversation.
I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
You can't have a bad personality. So.
No,
That's so true.
yeah. Did Johnny come with these?
Yes.
No, I get so nervous like talking to new people anyway. So good conversation will help. And like what Dee said, like I'm like thinking about like, okay, we can fix this and we can fix that. That will come later.
Yeah.
We can do the Lulu glow up.
Yes. So how do we, let's say we're having good conversation, we're dating a guy and we want to fix his skin. How do we come about saying this?
Well, you know, Taylor and Michael, they do their skincare together.
Oh.
So somehow she got him to cross over to the good skin side.
That's a good idea. Like at night, he's staying over and you're like, here, try this out. Then he starts to like it.
I've had some patients that have seen like their girls getting like treatments done and their like skin's been looking really good and they've been looking really good. So they're like, shoot, I need to do something too. So I've had a few guy patients that come in because they're like, girls looking good. And they're like, well, I want to look good too.
Like a FOMO, it kind of creates.
Yeah.
FOMO
Yeah.
stuff.
Neurotoxin.
Uh-huh.
Guys
Yeah.
kind of slide in with their wives.
For sure.
It's a gateway
Sure.
drug.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Is skincare the new personality trait in dating?
What are these questions? This is. When did he come up with this?
Do you want to go to the next question?
Yeah, next question. Okay.
Okay, this one's for Abby.
Oh gosh.
Is a good Hinge bio more attractive than good photos?
I don't even read the like.
It's fair.
I'm always looking at the photos, the prompts. You just can tell that they put in ChatGPT or they're asking their friends. It's like
liars.
or they're liars.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just so ancient. I don't even know Hinge.
You can pick your own prompt. Like,
Okay.
here, should I
Yeah.
show some examples?
Yes, because I don't even know what it is.
The
Are
only
you
Hinge
on
thing
it?
I've seen
No.
is on that, what is that page on Facebook that says
Are we
dating?
dating
Are we dating?
Are we dating the same guy?
And they'll screenshot it.
Like, this one says, the way to win me over is taking naps and watching football and like being outdoors, also quality time. Like, that's kind of gross.
Sounds fun to me though. I like naps.
Right? But
And
like,
football.
but that's so basic. Like, think outside the box.
Think outside the box. Okay.
It's not very deep
Naps
either
and
or
football.
personal.
And not very personal, but very like,
What are green flags on dating profiles?
Okay. I just thought of a red flag. LOL.
Yeah. Tell us.
Red flag is like girls in your pictures. Like I used to talk to my friends about this. I was like, guys, we need to like start a business where we like help guys out with their dating profiles.
yeah.
Because some of them just
Or
yeah.
kids. I'm sorry. But I'm just not looking for a man who already has a family because
So
I
wait,
want my own family
my question
with him.
for you is, would you rather them like not expose that and then you go on dates, you like the guy and you find out they have kids? Because I would rather see it on their profile and
That's
know
true.
that they have
And then you can
children.
swipe left.
Yeah.
But what if it's like his niece?
Oh, that's precious. Like, I think a guy who is. You don't think so?
I think.
I think
well,
like
I think you're not liking that the niece is in the photo because you're like, why is there a kid in your photo?
Yeah.
I personally like, for me, I'm not in a place in my life where I want to date someone who has kids. That's just
Same.
personal.
same,
So like I will be swiping.
same.
He's kind of like knocking himself out of. Can you not hear me if I'm holding? He's kind of knocking himself out of like getting to know you. If you think that's his kid and you don't like kids, then you're just like, nah.
Exactly.
Honestly, it'd be a red flag for me too. Like if I went on a date with a guy, like multiple dates, and like I didn't know he had kids, like why are you hiding that? Like
That happened
that's
to me.
really you see.
Yeah, that
Tell us the
happened to me. I
story.
was dating a guy for like a month and I had no idea he had kids. And I went over to his house and I didn't see any pictures up. And then one time there was like a picture up. I'm like, who's that? A serious. And so we broke up after that. Yeah. I didn't have kids at the time, but like that was horrible. That like really offended me.
Because like getting emotionally invested, and then I mean, not to say like, you know, but it's just a personal thing, and I don't know, people might think that's effed up, but whatever, it's me.
No, it's
I'm like,
not,
yeah.
It's not effed up at all. I mean, us that have kids, it's a responsibility. And I think about it too. Like if I knew, I would have to really, really love someone to be able to take on that responsibility of their children.
And the guy that you're dating or that has the kids is going to appreciate the honesty. Like Abby's like, I'm just not looking for that. And truly you need that to find that special person who wants to be, you know, stepmom to those kids. And if you're not ready, you're not ready. Live your life.
Gosh, even with kids,
It's hard.
If I were to get divorced and I have kids, I don't even know if I want to find somebody else with kids.
Oh.
That's awful.
Yeah. How do you feel
Same
about
thing.
that?
I think the
So
same thing.
as a divorced girl, I would honestly, this sounds horrible, but I would prefer a guy with no kids. But at the same time, that's slim. That's not realistic at my age. So,
But I think it's also hard if we're trying to find someone without kids. He might be wanting to have kids, and you're
And
done.
I'm not. I'm done.
And you're done.
I'm
Also, I
done.
just feel like in general, it's so much harder for like. In general, I feel like it's so much harder for females who have like kids, because like as males, like, you know, there's kind of a double standard. You know, it's like for females, it's like, oh my gosh, you have kids too. Like I feel like
Baggage.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
let me edit my response. So they, if they're older, then I think it's fine.
You just don't want to.
Oh yeah,
You don't want to
like I'm in my 20s. Like
You don't want to re-raise babies.
Right.
30s and 40s.
I agree.
That's probably what, I mean, that's what's
obviously
out
that's
there.
gonna be
You're going to be
majority
married
of-
or
yeah.
have kids or, you
Yeah.
know, you're going to have that baggage. So,
Yeah.
Chris is stuck with him forever.
Okay, this is a good one. How does investing in yourself change how you date?
That's a big one.
I mean, what confidence?
For sure. I think when I got out of my last relationship, I was at like my lowest and I was at my heaviest and I wasn't taking care of myself, and just ever since I started working here and taking care of truly though, like just being around women who uplift you too, it just makes you feel like, you know, you're that girl and you can date whoever and be happy with yourself. Don't.
no, it's sweet. I love that you said that because I think, I'm not trying to be, you know, but coming into a med spa, you don't think people are going to be uplifting, and people at med spas and like your coworkers are going to be, and it just, that makes me so happy because
So sweet.
yeah, I love that.
I think about us in Palm Beach.
Oh,
It was
gosh.
me, Madison, Taylor in Palm Beach, and Taylor's getting over baby weight. Madison still had some weight she wanted to lose. I was just, I don't know, just didn't feel, what?
Always.
I just didn't feel good about ourselves. And we go to this bar and there's all these young people, and we like stand there and we're like too scared to go in. And then Madison's like, I found us a spot over here. We can hang out. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we get a drink. We go over there. We're like,
It's literally by
with
the dirty
workers.
dishes.
The workers are like eating on their break.
And like all the like the young, it was like all the Abbies and the Dianaras are like looking, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a mom, and I'm sitting here by the dirty dishes. You know, I was, yeah, that was it.
It was a low. We
It
like
was a
left
low.
and we went back and we were like, why are
Yeah.
we so not confident?
Yeah.
Like we are so
Yeah.
unconfident.
I agree.
And like, and then I went to Nashville with the young girls too. And I think I went with you too. And everybody talked to you and Dianara. And no one even said like hi to me. And I came home and I was like, I feel so ugly.
And I told you why.
And you said, because you don't seem available.
You close it, you're shut off.
I'm shut off and I'm giving I'm
married.
not giving nice vibes.
I'm married. I have kids. Don't look at me. But I want a drink. I want you to give me some attention. But
I literally told Liz,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not looking for anybody, but it would be nice for someone to just be like, hey, can I buy you a drink? And I'm like, oh, I'm good. I just needed the, anyways, but
boost of confidence.
Yeah. You don't want to go, but you just want to invite.
Yeah.
so we all feel low at times. You know, it's like, even though I feel like people come in here and they're always like, oh, whatever, you're so beautiful. You probably get everything done. We all have confidence issues. And
But I love that Abby said that because like the empowering and just, you know, the advice that us older ones can give you guys, and just, y'all kind of give us confidence too. We're like, y'all still got it. And we're like, no, we don't. But I feel like, you know, it goes both
because
ways.
I feel like the younger generation is such cheerleaders more than like our age. I feel like our age is more judgy and kind of like, We are. I feel like we're just kind of
Well, we
more.
used to be. I feel like in
It's
this,
getting better.
Yeah.
But we used to be like, ugh. But the younger ones are like, oh, look at her body. She's hot. Like, clock it. Like, yeah, girl. Whereas I feel like my age might be like, wow, look at her. You know, it's a different. So you guys make us feel better about ourselves for sure.
Yeah.
And we've picked up on that though. I catch myself doing that now.
Yeah.
Good.
It's good.
Girls, girl.
Okay, so. Oh, this is a good one. Do you think people overestimate how much one glow up or treatment can do? I think leading to that, also talk about it's not a one-stop shop.
It takes a lot. Like I always say, like I feel like I have so many patients that come in and they're like, you know, maybe they have like certain concerns, they're scared of certain things, and I'm just like, look at this picture of this person. Like they've had X amount of things done. They look unnatural. Like, no, they look great. But it takes a lot to get to that point. It takes a commitment. That's what I always tell my patients do. Like, especially if you haven't been caring for your skin or you just have really never done anything, it's going to take quite a bit at the beginning, and then after that we're just kind of in maintenance, and maintenance looks different for every single person. So I always say it's more of an investment up front and seeing you a lot more frequently at the beginning, and then you're not seeing me as often.
That's why it's important to make a plan, consultation, like this is what we're going to do. And then if you add this, this, and this, we'll get here. Like today, I was with Diana and she was doing a halo, and she showed her patient, like, look, this is what you looked like when you first came to me, and then all we did was put you on a skincare regimen, and now look at your face. And she said that was today. She couldn't believe that her skin had improved just from skincare. So I can't wait to see it after she heals from the hair.
I want to say one thing about that, because photos, you guys, are so important. Like I can't tell you, like if you go to a med spa and they're taking pictures because they want to track your progress, because we see ourselves every single day. So like you don't notice those small changes. So like for example, like Lena said, my patient didn't even notice like how much her skin had improved until I showed her like the before and after. She's like, whoa.
Plus, we're so hard on ourselves. Like,
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
Especially that older generation. They really are.
So even like Skin Pen, Moxie, BBL, I've had patients come in like, oh, I've had a Moxie before at a different med spa and it didn't do anything. And so that's where I explain, you know, your damage didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in one day or 1 year even. This is something that's happened over a course of your lifetime. Even when you were a kid, you were getting this damage. So it's going to take more than just one treatment to pull all that pigment and age up and wrinkles, fine lines, all of that. So really usually 3 is kind of the magic number, sometimes 6, depending on how deep the damage is. But
It's a lot of people like think with one treatment they're going to get this magic result,
would be
and it's just going to be instantaneous. I know.
Do you
I
do
wish.
one workout
Yeah,
and you have an
exactly.
amazing
No.
body? No.
touche.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
That would be like amazing.
One squat would be
amazing.
It's an investment. I mean, it's an investment, guys. That's why they call it an investment. It's an investment in your face and your skin. And like they said, it really is true with maintenance. Like I tell people when I'm doing chin filler, if you're getting 3 to 6 to 7 syringes, which I know sounds crazy to people, but if you'd seen pictures, you'd realize it looks very natural. But you're looking at 3 to 4 years without ever touching that up. So the investment is really, really good there. So
Also, one last thing. I like that you said investment, because I feel like people think like, oh, you're wasting money. Like I feel like some people have that like idea of like, oh, that's so expensive, but then they'll go and like purchase something that's equally as expensive, but it's like something else, like or just like even like a purse, or even like a designer bag. I was gonna say like a designer bag. Like you are investing in you, and like that is your biggest investment you have, is like taking care of you in and out. So like diet, health, everything, skin, everything. So I feel like that's like the best investment you can make, is because you're gonna present differently in the world too.
okay. Well, this one I feel like is easy. What's the most unrealistic expectation dating apps or social media have created?
AI.
Oh yeah.
Filters.
Filters.
Oh my gosh.
That's getting out of hand.
Do you want to talk about it? Do people look like do they look when you go to the dates?
I feel like with men, they do.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
because I don't think a lot of men are using AI as much as it is like females, truly. I don't know.
I have a story that I saw on TikTok. I was like scrolling because I feel like catfishing was, it was a thing back in the day, but then it kind of like died.
The MTV show.
Yes, the cat. I loved it. I used to watch that. Did you ever watch the one where it was like her cousin or something?
Oh my gosh.
Because she had called her cousin fat or something, and so then she decided to like catfish her cousin.
I
So they
can't even
pulled up to-
admit to the crazy shows that I watch. It's honestly embarrassing, but I watch some crazy things. Yeah. So,
But yeah, I saw it. But catfishing it still happens. It hasn't happened to me, but I guess it does still.
not to me personally.
Wait, but it's harder now because actually on dating apps you have to like you can verify yourself. So you take a
That's a red
selfie.
flag
If you're not verified,
you're not
red flag.
verified. Red flag. Red flag.
Wait, so
Yeah.
how do you verify?
You just take
You
a
show your ID, and then you have to like take a video of yourself like moving. Yeah.
Is that the even now?
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we
It'll
make-
be like ID verified or selfie verified. There's two.
Dang, I did not know that.
so when you make Vanessa's Hinge profile,
When I make Vanessa's Hinge profile and not tell Vanessa, and then I'm just gonna
my
steal her
gosh.
ID and scan it, and then be like, "Hey,
Speaking of that,
go on this date tonight."
talk about.
that's
Let's make her talk for a second.
Turn red all of a sudden. I'm not already
So
red.
let's talk about dating after divorce.
Mm-hmm.
You're very like active in this community.
Absolutely not. Like I should
Not
be more
active
active.
is the-
Yeah, I don't know. Because technically we're not legally divorced yet. So I think that's kind of like I'm kind of in limbo where I can't really move on. Like I just feel bad, a little bit. And so, well,
I've tried setting Vanessa up.
yeah, but I wasn't really into that.
Didn't work out.
No.
Why don't I know this?
ask her some questions.
honestly,
So, are you nervous?
Oh my gosh, I'm petrified.
Do you feel like you remember how to flirt?
No.
Yeah,
No.
that's how
And
I
then
would feel.
also it's like a whole different world. I have 2 little girls and it's like, how do I trust another man with, these children?
I was going to ask you
Yeah.
that. Like, how long, like, let's say you met someone, how long do you think before you would consider introducing them to your kids? Well, obviously, you got to pass it probably through the ex, too, because I think
Yeah.
that's probably it. Do you guys have that in your.
He once a year. That's not going to happen. But I don't know. Like
That's
in my
hard.
head, I think like 6 months
Yeah.
or something. No. Yes.
Well, they say you date the imposter for like 6 months, so
yeah,
I'd say
so
so.
it's 6 months. And I don't know.
That's
I
so
think
hard.
It's so hard.
So hard.
Yeah.
I mean, even I feel like for me with my last relationship, we were together for almost 4 years, and we lived together. Even after that breakup, I didn't get into the dating world until like 6 months after, and I was even nervous for that because I felt like the same.
Well, and you girls don't give me any hope either because I'm like, so are guys not gentlemen anymore? Like, and so like
let's talk
guys
about that.
don't open doors or your car door or anything.
I did have a guy open car doors for me, so
That's not normal
but
though for you guys. With
not
me,
normal at all.
It was like I would,
At all.
I would not date a guy that did not open a car door.
So when a guy does that, I'm like, oh, that's sweet.
No.
I'm gonna be honest with you, my standards are kind of high, and so like if I go on a date with someone, like I'll kind of like see little things, and so it'll kind of give me like the ick almost if they aren't like a gentleman. Like you don't have to like bring me roses and stuff the first date, but like open the door for me, like because I'm I'm a big believer in like, okay, everyone wants to make a good first impression, so if you're not even trying like the first time around, like what makes me think you're gonna even try in the future? So it's like a waste of my time.
Or the guys who don't even care to like ask you on a date, and they just want you to come over, like that.
Which I
happens all
no
the time.
now. Okay, also tell me why guys nowadays. This is like a big pet peeve, big pet peeve of mine too, because I hate texting. If I like have like a connection with someone on Hinge or whatever, or, like Instagram, and you're just like talking to me back and forth, I will stop talking to you because like you need to ask me out. That's my thing is like you just need to like what is the purpose of like texting back and forth and not just like meeting up and like seeing if like we hit this thing off. Like I don't know. I think it's a waste of my time like texting back and
For sure.
Because I think that's a commitment thing. Because that's
they're kind of.
I'm scared I'm
Like,
gonna
you
be like
have,
that.
I feel like you have the initial conversation to see if you guys like can kind of like get along, and then after like 2 or 3 days of talking, like initiate something. You know,
They just don't know how to communicate.
I really think they don't.
it's
Some of them do.
That was
don't
on,
at
actually.
least.
That was on the news.
Like they're scared. We're all so used to doing it through social media and stuff, and they're not doing
They
it
have
in
no
person anymore.
communication skills.
Yeah.
Or if they're not like
Just,
fully
like-
asking you out, sometimes I feel like they're not fully available. That's happened. Like I feel
that
like
too-
when I
that
was
too.
dating.
Are they ever
and you're
fully
just that's what I'm saying. When I mean it's been a while, but when I was dating, like if you were texting with someone and they aren't asking you out on a date, and then you find out they're like talking to multiple
see, that
girls,
was-
like
yeah.
they're not fully available either. So it could go both ways.
Or they
So
Do you have a
have
girlfriend?
bad skin and they don't really want you to communicate.
Stop.
Don't worry, girls. They're catfish.
We're gonna take care of that. Don't worry about that. I remember when I first started dating Lewis, I thought his decorating skills in his home were hideous.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I was like, ugh. And I just gave it some time once he was in love with me, and then I just changed everything. So that's how you do it.
way to
My
distract.
ex-husband had like what is it, skateboards on the walls, and so it took me a little bit to get rid of those.
It's like, how is that romantic? You
It's
know?
not. No.
He's like, come in here.
Fish.
What a
Deer
man
heads.
cave. Like just
The man cave.
Caleb gets the office. There's like jerseys. And
That's where he could
sports
put his
memorabilia.
stuff at.
That's it. He has the office.
The
That's
office
it.
and-
everything else is
And their
solid,
bathroom.
right?
And their bathroom. And don't use my
I mean,
bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
And that's another thing. I remember dating, and you'd go over to a guy's house, and their bathrooms.
Oh.
That's that.
Mhm.
I talked about that the other day. I got the ick really quick. Like, there's just certain things I just couldn't get over. Like, I know that sounds so goofy, but like,
Not flushing is
it's just
crazy.
like dirty bathroom,
One or
like
two.
beard shavings.
Two?
Ew.
Just leave it. Abby, what kind of people are you dating?
To what? I went on a date with a guy and he didn't flush his toilet.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
I was just talking about like beard shavings, fingernails, just having like black in their bathtub, like not cleaning.
Right around the toilet.
Oh God, shoes, like going on a date and they have on like their shoes are like all scuffed up, and I just think if you don't come and present yourself, like you said, it's a first impression.
That's my thing. It's like, okay,
Just
like
get one.
you know you're going on a
So-
date with someone or like you're seeing someone, like just clean up.
Just
before.
clean up. And my mom
Pay a
always-
little bit, or like if you don't want to clean, you can get someone to come clean.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like $150 or something.
Yeah,
Sure.
I agree. I totally agree. Okay, we're moving on. We obviously like to talk about dating. Okay, this is cool. What's something people think is quick and easy that actually takes years to master in aesthetics? I would say Botox. Botox. We talked about it all the time. People think it's so easy. Botox is so hard because every single face is different. Everybody takes it differently. Everybody's muscles are different. Environmental factors, genetic factors, wrinkles are deeper. I mean, we could go on and on. Are they on good skincare? Are they doing lasers? And then everybody has weird feelings. Like, some people say, oh, I feel heavy, but then they can still raise their brows. And you're like, how does it? Usually if someone says they feel heavy, it's because they're too frozen. But then that person feels heavy and their brows are moving. So it is such an art. And then some people don't like an arch to their brows. You give them a brow lift and they think it's hideous. And then the next person thinks you didn't give them a high enough arch. So I think it's just right.
I calmed some brows down once, and she was very upset.
Yes.
And that's another thing. What we think looks great, they
Doesn't
Yeah, they
look
don't
good.
agree.
That's also why I feel like it's so important to like build a relationship with your injector, because I had a patient this morning who I've been treating for like 4 months now. And so we did her talks and she wanted to try jelly roll. So we did jelly roll. She told me this time around because I asked her, I was like, how'd your talks do? She was like, loved everything, didn't like jelly roll. I was like, perfect, noted. We like won't do that. Yeah. So that's another thing. Just being honest with your injector too. Like if we treat an area you don't like it, or like if something didn't last you very long, like she was telling me, I loved my chin deos, but it didn't last me like as long as my upper face did. So we're just gonna dose her a little bit higher next time. So for you to like actually, I feel like, enjoy your talks and figure out what you like, it's really just finding the injector for you too. And then just like sticking with them because now they know what you like. So it's just like, that's why I'm always like, first appointment, just keep in mind we're kind of like figuring this out together. So I need your feedback too.
Oh yeah. Do you want to talk about anything aesthetics wise that you felt like was really difficult to master?
Well, I think BBL is a lot harder than it sounds. Broadband light, it's, you have to use different wavelengths for different areas. And if this doesn't work, then you need to try this. And there's different tricks that just doesn't come naturally. You have to be told it almost. And so, and then you can also burn somebody pretty badly. So I think that one's a lot harder than it looks.
It's hard. I mean, I don't do it, but the goggles
It's hard.
and not overlapping and just like, I think it's hard.
It
You
is.
can't, you're trying to see, and it's just, I was like,
So that's
this is
also
so
what makes it fun
And I
too.
always tell my patients too, and not just, we don't have BBL where I'm at. We have a different kind of BBL. But
She got the real BBL.
Different BBL. But it's all about your training too. Like some of these pop-up places, they've been trained one time by one person, and that person was trained one time by one person, and this is it. This is how we do it straight across. And that's not the way.
Oh yeah.
Thanks to Amanda.
Well, I mean, I see like even on Instagram people doing their Botox dots, and I'm like, why are they still injecting the head all the way up on the frontalis? This is crazy. This is years and years ago. Like this is wild. So very true. Okay, let's see what he's got next for us. Is preventative neurotoxin misunderstood, or is it just a buzzword?
I think it is very misunderstood because I feel like people are like the whole baby Botox trend that happened, which I feel like it's kind of like died down, where it was like just dosing very little. So you would get like 3 weeks out of that and then be back to full movement. So preventative, my thing I feel like you should start talks when you start noticing those static lines, as early as when you start noticing them. So not letting them get like deep and like pronounced. But honestly, I love Botox. I started getting it when I was 22. That was my choice. I love because it gives me a good lifted brow. My whole thing is it's just dependent on you. Like if you want to take care of those lines, take care of them sooner than later, it's going to help, because what's going on is that muscle's creating that movement, which is creating that little indention in the skin and that breakdown of collagen and elastin over time. So I feel like it's just dependent person to person. I don't think there's like a perfect treatment plan like for each individual like age. Technically it's just dependent on you, because genetics also play a big factor. Like I know early 20s who have like lines or us, and I like no.
That's what I was about to say.
And then
It
I was gonna
doesn't
say,
matter your
there's
age.
like
really.
some
Person to
people,
person
like
is
I had
just
someone
different.
yesterday who was like in her 40s and she didn't have a single line. So it just depends.
That's really good genetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Talking about early talks, if they're not ready for it, which all the girls here do it, I always say, if you're not ready for talks, do skin pen, microneedling,
Skincare,
all those things, because those are, there's not a lot of downtime. It's not invasive to them. Some people are like, I don't want to, I'm just not ready. There's so many options to go forth, but I don't think it's a buzzword at all. I agree. Some 20-year-olds have more lines than some of my 50-year-olds. And I just think the quicker you start, the earlier you start, the less you're gonna have to do in the long term. So for sure.
Yeah. You don't know what you don't know. Like, but if you're not in this world, like Dinar said, I started getting talks at 22, and I'm like, gosh, I wish I would have started getting
And
talks
one of
at
the things
22,
too
you
is
know?
like it's not something that's forever too. So
No.
you can get the treatment done. It's gonna wear off in 3 to 4 months. So if you
Yeah.
absolutely hate it, you never have to do it again.
1000%.
If you love it and it's like it'll probably change your life, then you'll probably continue. That's like 95% of the people.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, this one's fun. If TikTok disappeared tomorrow, which treatments would lose hype?
The fake filler stuff, hopefully.
Oh yeah,
Wait, what?
the filler migrating from the temple to the
Oh,
chin.
the stuff from like Korea.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah.
crazy people
And then people
injecting-
self-injecting themselves. You're
Hopefully
right.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
teaching.
That would be a big one. I would hope
That
that would go
scares
away.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking about
My brain is coming and it's leaving. It's
Dinar has ADHD, and
I'm
so she'll be like,
unmedicated.
"What was the question?" But if TikTok was to lose, was to go away, what trends would lose hype? I definitely said self-injecting.
Beef tallow kind of died down already, but like that
Oh.
would go away.
Oh yeah, beef
Right?
tallow. Mhm.
Sorry. Yeah.
Your patients are still using it.
Well, I noticed because when I go to clean their forehead for their Botox, it just slides all over.
It's like greasy.
No, I'm trying to think.
Definitely self-injecting.
Self-injecting, yeah.
I've had, and
Reason why.
I've seen it in some of my aesthetic medicine groups I'm in. Clients are now, like actually someone shared in there a Reddit post where people are like, hey, I'm going in to get my tox today. I know I'm going to have to spend about $400 to $700, but I'm going to take pictures of all my dots for you guys. I'm going to try to record what they're doing, and I will share with you guys. And so that brings up another question. I have a lot of influencers or people that come in and they're doing their YouTube channels, whatever they're doing, and they say, can I record? And I've really never had any issues with that, because I'm like, great. So, it's marketing for us, marketing for them. And most of the time it's like good, they're doing it out of good intentions, but I never thought about that they're recording to basically watch my technique, look at my dots, which is actually absolutely insane to me. I mean, I wouldn't go start cutting my extensions and coloring my hair. Like, I don't know how to do this. I'm not a professional, but obviously these people think they can.
And hair is hair is so different. It's your face.
I know.
And it's like you're injecting something into your body, you guys. Like cutting your hair. Okay, like you're cutting your hair.
But I'm saying even
Like, it's crazy.
I would F it up. But like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm too scared to even do that. I can't even imagine doing something like
It's creating
this.
a vascular occlusion when you have no training on it or what to look
Yes.
for.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyways, I saw that in a post. I meant to tell you guys about that. It's wild. And I never thought that people would be taking pictures of that for that. Okay.
Also, skincare. I would love it if like Ulta and like TikTok skincare went away, because it's a lot of untraining people's brains. I'm like, these people didn't go to school. They haven't had training on this. They're getting paid to sell you this stuff. So that would make me happy too.
Also, like something might work for someone and not for someone else too. So like I feel like they're like, oh, this worked great for me, and then it's like someone who has like acne prone skin uses and they break out even worse. So it's like,
Okay, I'm just randomly going through this. Sorry, guys. What experience do you want clients to feel when they walk in? And what makes people, when we say Lulu's different, what truly are we meaning, and why do we feel like Lulu's different?
Do you want to start with it?
Sure. Yes. So when clients walk in, I think we talked about it earlier, but and I've used this example before, so sorry if you've heard this story, but I just remember when a couple of us were going to a hair salon and we were like making like, what do you say, community, like together when we went into us, I think it was me and Leanna, and like we immediately were like, oh, like don't look at her hair. We immediately got insecure about our hair. Yeah, it was after work. We just felt like we didn't look good. And they're like, we're not looking at your hair at all. But we immediately thought the hairdressers were probably judging our hair. So I think when people come into the med spa, they immediately think we're judging their skin. We're looking at their mustache that they haven't got waxed yet, or their wrinkles, or their weight, or whatever it is. And so I think when someone comes here, you want to truly feel like it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if you've started doing anything or if you're new to everything. Everyone is welcome. We love everyone. I try to really represent that in my team too, like all different races, people, everything, different hair color. I want it to feel embodied of everybody. So we try to be very smiley and nice and make you, because I just know some people are so nervous when they come in, and then they'll tell me about their mustache and I'm truly not even looking at that. I'm looking at like, I'm thinking about like what I'm doing, you know. So but people can feed off that, I guess.
I feel like comfortability, I feel like we do a good job at just making everyone feel comfortable, because like, yes, it's a medical service, but like we can also like have fun and laugh and like get to know each other and be friends. Like, why can't we do that? So I feel like just making
judge-free,
like, I feel like just
zone,
judge-free, just like making them feel comfortable and just talking about like just getting to know them at first. I feel like before even like talking about like procedures or anything.
Yeah, everybody thinks we're just so,
They do.
You know, people at a med spa are so judgy, but I mean, I was nervous coming to work here because, you know, I wanted to be a nurse practitioner. I wanted that. I love getting to talk to my patients and like getting to know them on a personal level and not just on, you know, healthcare needs. And so I was like, oh, I don't know what this is going to look like. And it's honestly been great. And I just like to say that, you know, we're not judging you. It's like, so light. And then when people come and say, okay, I'm not nervous anymore, this was so great, you know, we're normal people too,
Like,
right?
I think social media helps a lot too with that. Like, we're very much ourselves and funny, and you know, like make people feel welcome. Like I was nervous, like just coming in for my interview here, because I was like, oh my gosh, everyone's so beautiful. They're gonna like think I'm just like this ugly troll, and just because I was different back then.
But
like,
that's what
you
I'm
know,
saying. But I think our clients walk in. Our clients walk in feeling that though.
yeah,
They walk
for
in
sure.
feeling that way too. So I
Yes,
think you're really speaking on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we all have insecurities, and so when our patients come in, we want to be able to listen to them and make them feel validated and comfortable to share those things with us, because we all have them.
Yeah, for sure.
Would we anything else we'd say that makes Lulu different?
The smell.
The smell.
It smells so good in here. Yeah.
Yeah, it smells good.
The merch.
I leave here and I'll see a friend like at the grocery store or something, and they'll hug me like, "Oh my gosh, you smell so good!" Like, thanks, it's Lulu.
My kids say that Lulu smell. My daughter goes, that Lulu smell, and I was like,
It smells so good.
I think it's our work dynamic too. Like we all like, I feel like what makes it a little different too is like we're all genuinely friends.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
It like we like
Smells
to just
like home. Like I could
oh,
cry.
don't make us wait, I'm like emotional.
When I walked in and I smelled it, it just
It reminds you of Lulu, and I mean, that's what when we were getting the smells and stuff, you know, that's what they say. Like when people smell different smells, it reminds you of your favorite hotel or your favorite place. It always brings back something, and that was the idea with that. And then I think we have the cutest merch. Sorry, we have very good merch. I think we take education and training very seriously. We're very big on that, so I think that sets us apart. Yeah, I mean, I could go on and it would brag, but
we're all funny.
we're all funny.
we truly care about our patients, and we like lose sleep.
Some more than others.
Yeah.
Loose.
I was gonna say lose sleep. I like lose sleep. Thinking
Yeah,
about patients.
Yeah.
So it's like we genuinely care about them. It's not like you know. Like,
Or like I'll text Dinar and be like, oh my gosh, do you think I went too low on that brow? Or like I'm just sitting in bed, and she's like, no. And we just learned that you know, you second guess yourself,
or you wake up out of your sleep and you're like,
oh
my God, she wanted a lip flip and I forgot.
Yes,
you know.
Yes. Yeah. No, it's all the same. Yeah.
When I first started doing talks, I would wake up in the middle of the night, like worried about
Yep.
the DAO.
Yeah.
Or like, oh God, that DLI was so close to the DAO.
Or you just make your patient, I'm like, do a kissy face. Huh? And then do that. Do it again.
No, I
Do
mean,
it again.
like, 10 million
Like
times.
3.
I'm like,
And then she's looking at, they're looking at you. I'm like, I'm just being very careful.
Very careful.
Very careful.
I'm like, you do not
Yes.
touch that
Yes.
area.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay. Our other
Hi,
our commentators
Johnny.
here.
Hey, hi, ladies. Hi. Hi. I'm
Amanda's so relieved.
Are you relieved?
Sure. I'm glad you're here. Yes.
Okay, what'd y'all ask already?
So we've asked a lot.
Okay.
Sorry,
A lot of your
seconds,
Hinge
I'm sorry.
profile questions.
They were good, huh? Hi. So we talked. They talked earlier about how we went to go see a tarot card reader. Tarot. I guarantee you, I'm not the only one that doesn't know how to say that. Tarot is tarot. Tarot.
Tarot.
T is silent.
T is
Why
silent.
do we not know this?
Tarot.
Isn't it tarot card reader?
Tarot.
Tarot cards.
Oh my! Oh my!
All right, make sure we get that in there, please, because how many people does it take to figure that out? Okay, so I did go see a tarot card reader.
Read your future.
Say a psychic.
I saw a psychic. She read my cards. She did read my cards, and she told me that I was not in the right place and that something was going to move very quickly, and that wherever I was today with someone in my life, there was a man shorter than me in my life that was holding me back and was supposed to not be in my life, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing today, but I should be doing it somewhere else and doing it from home. Not even 3 weeks later after that.
Well, you want to preface? We were like at
Okay,
dinner. He's talking about he's going to get a promotion.
I gotta tell the story. Yeah.
I mean, it was just like, and we kept trying to figure out who's the short guy he's talking about.
I thought it was like family.
Yeah, your dad's shorter, and you're like, but my dad loves me.
Right.
And then you're like, my boss is shorter, but he's got my back.
Right.
And then he's my friend.
Right. And then we after dinner, I was like, I was so cocky. Like I was getting a promotion, like all the things like I had talked about getting a promotion, and like they had told me I was getting a promotion, and then I had a meeting on my calendar for when I got back for a promotion, and then out of nowhere 3 weeks later I got a call from HR and they let me go, and it immediately severed my position and eliminated my position and gave me no severance, no anything, and then not even so then I was sad, and then I posted a TikTok.
Yeah.
I posted a TikTok, and the TikTok was basically just like telling the story like I just did about what happened, and then a lady hopped on the TikTok and was like, hey, we actually need somebody right now that is in your in CRM that does what you do. And I was like, what? Really?
And you're kind of like, is this a scam?
That can't be real. And so I was like, let me reach out. No.
Wow.
No. And so I reached out and I was like, can I add you? Like, can I talk to you on LinkedIn? Like, is LinkedIn because that seems a little bit more profesh. Right. So then I reached out and she's professional. And I reached out and she was like, here's my number. I want to tell you about the position. Call me. So I immediately, how the number's right there. So I was like, call. Like I didn't even think about it. I just called. And she was like, hey, I want to tell you all about this position. Like, I think you would be great. We love your personality. We think you're cool. Like all of the things we send me your resume. And if it's a good fit, we'll send you the job description back. And she sent me the job. I sent my resume. Not even 10 minutes later, she sent me the description back, and I had an interview the next day. Wow. And then the next day, she was like, I want to have a meeting with you and the senior VP and on Friday. And so then I had that meeting on Friday, and they sent me my offer letter Monday.
And it was more money than your other
job.
More
money than my other job.
And it was remote.
Yeah.
And it's remote.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Pretty crazy.
That was crazy. It was crazy. It was happened so fast, too.
I mean, that lady in Salem, I mean, they only had 2 spots, and I was being real generous, and so I let Dinar and Johnny have the spots because they needed it.
Did. But I heard you can call.
Oh, I know, but I feel like she needs your vibes.
She do.
Being there.
She do, because she sat down and read me. I wasn't even in there 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And she ate me up.
Yeah.
Ate me up, but for the better, I guess.
Did you go in by yourself?
I did, yeah. We all went the 2 of us. D went first, and then I went after that, and I was shaking, but she I don't know. It was like I was just hoping to God she didn't say anything about my husband. That's all I wanted. Like, was nothing negative about like just
He's
please
not shorter
God.
than you.
He's not shorter than me.
Yeah, and
thank
then
God.
Lewis isn't shorter. So
Right,
like,
so I
it's
knew
not
I was like,
Lewis.
it's not Lewis. Lewis is up there by God.
He's 6'7".
And like literally, it's yeah,
He's
6'7".
No, at school yesterday, Levy had a play, and some kid walks by and he's like, "Wow, your dad really is tall. He really is 6'7". And we're like, "Oh my god!"
I love it though.
It's
Like
hilarious,
it's cool.
but,
But so yeah, that's what happened. Have y'all had any, like? Have you had what happened after your tarot card reading? Anything?
I'm trying to think. I don't think anything came like
she talk about
recently.
dating?
I was gonna ask
Oh,
if
She did say
She did
that
talk about
someone-
dating, but I'm like, who do I know right now that's like in my life?
But-
we actually thought it was funny. We were like, Johnny. I was like, Johnny, are you straight?
girl,
We said, "Did you ask her if you're really gay?"
girl.
But
I don't think the
So
card's
did you say
sold.
that you already know the person you're gonna date?
essentially, yeah. I was like, and in my head, I'm like, who?
The one I know is gay.
Wait, maybe it's a Bitcoin guy.
So speaking on that, how she got told it's somebody she knew. When I went to the psychic in Galveston, that was so good. And I was basically, I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I was engaged before. And she told me, and I didn't go in with my ring. And she told me that this relationship was going to end, blah, blah, blah. We were already getting married. And then I went back after we were broken up. And she told me that I'd already met the man I was going to marry and that we were going to be engaged in 6 months and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I hate men right now. Like, what are you talking about? And I remember like just racking my brain. Like, there's nobody I know. So you just never know. Like, we didn't know each other, but we had passed each other a lot.
That is so
And
crazy.
so I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm like,
It could be somebody that it's not somebody maybe that you've dated or you've thought about. It could be just somebody that's been in passing or you've seen places and could happen. Just saying.
I saw.
Just saying.
Oh, an actual witch. I think I've told you guys this in Kentucky.
That was creepy.
I don't know if I'm going to tell the whole thing, but in the Appalachian Mountains, there's Appalachian witches, and they're real.
In the what mountain?
Appalachian. Well, you say.
Appalachian?
That is wrong.
Oh,
That is incorrect.
that is wrong.
Appalachian.
Okay.
Yes. Anyways, so she rocked my world. She said my name's scary stuff. I left crying.
Did anything come true?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I think I told you this about. So I was in a really bad relationship at the time. Is why my friends that they gathered me up and made me go. And it was something like out of a movie, scary. Like we were literally four-wheeling like to get to this lady's house, like off-road, not on a real road. And then when we got there, like it was this like creepy looking house. And of course it was like a windstorm, rainstorm, dark, like it was scary. And then like pots, I'm not even kidding, like pots and pans were like hanging and
Texas Chainsaw
like
Massacre
things
vibes.
were like all these, what are those things that make noise? Wind chimes everywhere, and like water's collecting from the roof, and I'm scared to death. And we go in there, she's got like long white stringy hair, and she's like, "Who's first?" And they all pushed my big self forward, and she immediately just started talking. She started talking about my dad, who had passed away when I was a teenager, and she was like, "Who wears leather snakeskin boots, and there's mud all around him, and drugs, and like all kinds of terrible things." And it's like, no. And she said his name starts with a B. Do you call him Wild Bill? And immediately like started bawling. And the mud, all it was, he's buried, he was dead. So anyways, it just went from there, and it was crazy. So if y'all ever in the Appalachian Mountains, go to a place called Woolton, McGoffin County.
Oh my god, that's terrifying. Okay, I have a question.
Oh God, okay.
Have you ever been ghosted
Yeah, of course. Of course.
before? Like, tell me a story.
I don't
Who
remember.
ghosts Amanda?
Back in the day, I got ghosted, and even with clients. Okay, actually with clients.
Oh yeah, tell me. Yeah, that's good. That's
Okay,
good.
you did make me think of that. I had a client that she was. Sometimes we have a lot of clients that come from other injectors, and they're super nervous because it's like your hairdresser. You're loyal, you love them, you build relationships, and then maybe you're not happy, but you're so afraid to break that, and you don't want to hurt their feelings. And so, I think it's better to just text and say. Well, one, I would rather you text me and just say like, "Hey, I'm not happy with my talks. Like, how can we make this better?" And give me the chance to make it better than just like immediately running to somewhere else and getting it fixed or done. But if I can't make it better and we're not a good fit, then I totally understand. But I'd rather you just say like, hey, I think I'm going to try somewhere else out. But I remember one girl came to me and she was going to someone else and she was super nervous. And so I did her talks and then I checked on her at 3 weeks. She said she loved it and she had booked a bunch of stuff and then she canceled everything. And then we kind of know each other. We've grown up around each other. And so I texted, I was like, hey, did I do something wrong? Like, did you not like your service? Like, can I make it better? Can we? And I said, I just don't want to run into you like out and about and it'd be awkward, you know? She just like ghosted me, wouldn't respond. And I was like, hey, I wrote back one more time, like, I usually don't do this, but I just know like we're going to see each other and I don't want it to be weird. And she still didn't message me. And so I don't want to say that's coward, but like, I'm just the type person, like, just say like, just tell me. I'd rather you tell me, I don't like you. I didn't like your personality. I think you're a snob, whatever it is. Then we can just like be like, okay.
No, but it is being a coward.
I just don't like
It is.
What about you, ghosted stories over there?
It is being a coward though, because now they don't have to tell you and they don't have to confront that, and they're like for themselves, like if it's more peace, you know, they're just like whatever, I'll just like ignore it. But like, you know, so yeah, no ghosting. Just tell me, we can handle it. We're all big adults. Like, don't just ghost. I don't ghost.
Well, also it could help us grow too. So if we're doing something and we see it like a pattern, that could help us grow as a person, as a provider.
Yeah, like what if the front, like what, not the front desk is amazing. Okay, no, you guys are at the absolute best. You guys like are the backbone for sure. But like, what if it was like they got a bad vibe from running the front desk people, and they were like, yeah, she was just really rude, and I didn't feel comfortable, or whatever it is. Like, we want to know that so we can make it better, or maybe we said something that offended you. I don't know, but I would just rather know. Like you said, that's very true. So we can be better. For sure. Abby has a ghosting story. I don't know if she's going to tell it though.
Tell it. You have to.
She doesn't want to because she's currently kind of talking to this person again.
Oh, well, yeah, that's different.
Now it's confirmed.
Yeah.
Well,
She really want to go ice skating, okay?
Wait, did something else happen?
Oh no.
No. It's good now.
It's good.
Oh, okay, we're in a better
Good now.
place.
We're in a better place now.
Okay.
But I will say I have been ghosted, and it's just like you go on a really good date with someone and you think everything's great, and then they just stop talking to you, or they try to plan something, but then that never happens again. And in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm just like, why?
Yes.
Like,
Well, I do have a question about that. I want to ask, and maybe people can answer when they come, because I'm not in the dating world, but I hear all the girls and all the guys and girls in my chair, and like, does it not take more effort to go on the date and act like you like somebody and tell them all the good things and oh, your beautiful face, oh, I love talking to you, like why not just say,
This isn't it.
like, I'm really glad we had this dinner and it's great, but like you're not my type. I don't know, like, why do that, and why text and check in, and why do all that?
Does you guys being in the injection world, like the aesthetics world, has that affected your dating lives in any way? Tell me more.
100%. I mean, like, so I feel like social media is a big thing. So of course you're gonna follow me on social media and like see all my stuff. I feel like immediately they have like a perceived notion of who I am too. I think I'm like very fake probably, and like very very what? So it's like honestly, like, you know. We're like, what do you do for your job? You're like, I'm a nurse. But like, what type of nurse? And like, I hate that stigma of like, if you're not a bedside nurse, you're not a real nurse, which is BS. Okay. But honestly, I feel like there is like a little bit, I mean, there's a stigma.
Yeah.
So it does make it a little bit more difficult. I mean, honestly, I don't care anymore. I'm at the point where I'm like, this is what I do for a job. If it bothers you, then you're not the person for me. I'm like, I'm at the point where I'm like, just like completely myself, and I'm like, whatever. I don't care anymore.
Good for you.
Like,
Good for you.
Well, them saying like not a real nurse, and I have heard people say that about aesthetic medicine, which we're not, obviously, we're not running codes every day and stuff like we used to, but when I say how drained you are when you come home from work, because if you think about it, I talk to people all day long. I don't want to say kiss butt, but my whole day is about you. Yeah. It's about your kids. It's about your vacation you're taking. It's about, I have people cry in my chair every day. I had someone cry yesterday, and they were like, I'm so sorry to be doing this. And I'm like, no, like, I'm your person. Like, I want to know if you're upset with your husband. I want to know if you're sad about something. And she was like, my cat died, my 24-year-old cat, which I'm like, damn. 24-year-old cat. Wow. Like, that's 24-year-old died, cat. And so she was like, I don't have kids. This is like my baby. So it's like,
that's sad.
I mean, that sounds like so. I mean, if you aren't in it, you don't get it. But it is so draining by the end of the day. Like I can barely talk to my family because I'm just so talked out, and I'm just emotionally.
That's what 100%. I used to fight about my ex-husband and I. I would come home, I would like play with my kids, do the whole thing, and they would go to bed. And my ex-husband would want to talk, and I'm like, I can't. I'm done.
I did it on TikTok. I made like a little, I got a little hate for it too. But I was just talking about how like being a nurse injector isn't as easy as people make it seem online. It's so glamorous. And I basically like said that it's like, you know, at the hospital, guys, I was an ICU nurse. I worked for 2 years. Like you would go in, you would clock in, you'd work. Yes, things would be traumatic. You would take some of that home, but at least like you're done with work. In this like world, you're never clocking out ever. You're taking all this home with you all the time. You have to be available for your patient 24/7. So there's, I mean, they're both hard in different ways. And like Amanda said, you really don't know until you're really in it. So I feel like for people to say that's not real nursing, it's a slap in the face, because it is real nursing.
I think I talked about this the last podcast. They're like, oh, you're going to be a nurse practitioner at a med spa. Like, and I'm like, okay, rude, Judge Judy. But no, it is. I mean, okay, well, you're just putting someone on weight loss because they want to lose weight. No, I mean, are there cardiovascular risks? You know, what are their health histories, family history? I mean, it's not just about vain looks, vain weight to lose. So yeah, I just think there definitely is a stigma around that. And then, yeah, like you said, the labs, you know, people are just throwing people on peptides and saying, I guess, praying it goes well. I don't even know what these people do, but, you know.
But I feel like you guys are also dealing with like you're doing Dutch test and you're looking at bacteria in the gut. Like how does this cause acne?
GI mapping and all the things, hormones, thyroid. But that's kind of why I wanted to go into this, the functional medicine route, and just being able to take my time, dig deeper into these problems that people are having. When I was in the primary care world, I just kind of had to slap a Band-Aid on, oh, let's take this medicine, and never had the time to truly find the root of the problem. And I do think that's I think that's a gap in our healthcare system for sure.
100%. You mentioned earlier of like being ghosted and like being on the side of like having to like you know help others and like make sure like fix other people's. Have you ever had to fix someone else's issue from another med spa?
All of us.
Just like I'm sure they've had to fix
I
something
fixed
from us.
Hey, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that.
First of all, we all made mistakes. Like we're all human. Like we fixed each other's mistakes before. It's like the nice thing about like us is, again, we pride education, so like we know how to fix most things. So it's not like the end of the world. So
I mean, it happens all the time. Patients just don't know what to do. So I tell my patients, if this happens, please reach out. I'm going to be conservative, treat you very high. You might Spock. We're going to be conservative now with your tox treatment. So in 3 weeks, when it's settled, if I need to add 1 unit here, I will. Just call me. Yes. Instead of dropping you. And I guess they're just not explaining that at other med spas.
They take the time to explain. I feel like there's some people I've seen on Instagram and stuff that make fun of people that do dots. Like, oh, I've been doing it so long, I don't need to put dots. I don't need to do dots. And I'm like, one, the amount of times I'd have to have the patients make the faces would be insane. And
I still do that.
Over and over and over.
Oh yeah, again.
Yes, and I'd still do it, but I'm like, the dots are wonderful too, because we put the dots on, and this is, I guess we're giving a tip away, but it's honestly helped us a ton. So we put the dots on the face, and one, it helps us for charting later, right? Like say we're busy, we are all back to back. There's not time to chart right then. So we take a picture of the dots, but one that also helps us because let's say I treated someone 3 weeks ago and I'm not in on a Friday, and the person's like, oh, I think I need another. They can then go back and look at my dots, see where I went, and they're like, oh, okay, I see where she treated. Or if the patient's like, I really liked my tox last time, we can follow that pattern. So dots are actually super helpful. So, but people do make fun of that. I've seen that on Instagram. Yeah, that it's kind of a beginner thing, but I love it. So we're not going to change that.
Okay.
So
all right, cool. All right, Amanda, I have a couple of questions for you, and like we can pass the mic, but I got a couple of questions for you, but I'm going to put you on the hot spot real quick. So you have established a very amazing med spa here today.
Thank you.
Okay. We all know that. We're all happy to work for you. We're all the things, you know, but I have questions because how you've built such a great med spa, but did you have backing?
Like, what do you mean by
Like, did
backing?
you have like investors? Did you have
No.
like?
Oh my gosh, no.
Well, tell us more. Like, are you sure? Like, I want to know. Like, the people want to know. Tell me more.
So basically, Lewis helped because Lewis was helping pay the bills, right?
Right.
And so then I just worked and I just saved and saved and saved and saved. And then obviously when we bought this, I had to take a loan out on this. But I kept thinking to myself, well, I took a loan out on this, and if it fails, at least I have a real estate investment.
Yeah.
So maybe I could rent it out. Because, I mean, obviously you always want to be positive and think it's always going to go well. But there's always that self-doubt. And then the first 6 months we were here, I think I was so anxious. I was just like, gosh, I just hope that, like, I can, like, build what I was thinking I'm going to be able to build and be able to pay everybody. And it was a lot. And now, obviously, I don't have to think that way anymore. But, no, it was just me saving and basically paying for it all myself. I will say that helped too. If you're like a newer injector or you're someone that's looking to go out, I've had a lot of people trained that have never injected before, and they're going out and opening their own med spa, which to me is terrifying because I knew when I did this that I could make enough to support the building and like keep us rolling. And then so if you didn't have that and you're just waiting for walk-ins or people to come in, that's so scary to me. And I don't want to discourage somebody from doing that. It's just, that's a lot of pressure. No investors. And honestly, I'm not the type that would want investors. I mean, maybe that's greedy of me, but I just like, I want to do it on my own.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't want someone telling me, okay, speaking of that, I see it a lot of times. I talk about that group a lot, but it's just a Facebook group that people talk about like all over the US, and they talk about their med spa. And the one complaint I see over and over from everyone working in there, like people working at the med spa saying, I don't like it or whatever, is that their owner is not an injector. And I think that is huge because if you are not an injector and you're an owner, you don't know, I'm sorry, but like you making decisions on like what to do and what not to do, like you don't know things. Like I love that Lewis has like the financial background and he can run the books and do all that crap that I don't know how to do. I'm not good at math and the QuickBooks Pro, but like I have the medical background. And so I think it's a good team. And that makes, I think if you're not in the medical background and you're owning a med spa and the stuff you're wanting to implement, you're treating it like a factory and you don't understand like how important the patient relationships are, and that taking the time where they're more just like, you know, they're thinking money and just, and that's numbers.
Safe and unhealthy. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah. So yeah, no investors.
No investors.
Sorry guys.
What I want to, so no investors, but so you've grown this in how long?
Oh, okay. So I will give one little thing that happened. I remember I was, I've worked in like a shoe closet and like not cute places and stuff. Like I really have. Like people are always like, man, I remember when you were at blah blah blah, and now we're here. And then even some of the girls that were here at the beginning, we were, we rented some rooms and we were checking out in a kitchen till this place was done. And the microwave, the girls were warming up their meal preps and eating as we're checking out clients. And I remember being like, and the printer was on the mic. I mean, I look back, I'm like, oh my, but and Taylor didn't have a counter. She used the top of the trash can as her tray, and it was, we made it work. But I still remember, so I'd had 2 kids at this point, and so I was injecting, and I told the girls these stories too, because I think when you first start injecting, you feel really down on yourself, because I can remember when I only had like 3 people a day, the next day I maybe had 1, the next day I maybe had 5, and you start to really just think like, gosh, I'm a terrible injector, like nobody comes to see me. It takes so long to build your books, guys. It takes so long for people to believe in you. And then I remember Lewis would get off at like 3:00 and would take over the kids, and then I would run to Choctaw an hour away, and I'd work till like 9 or 10 and do those weird hours, and I did that for a long time and built it. But I still remember he started to want to get involved like in my books and stuff, and I remember he looked at my credit card and he was like, why is there $13,000 on here? And it was for like supplies and like filler and stuff, And I was like, oh, well, I'm paying it off. And I remember him just sitting me down and saying, like, you need to make a decision. Like, if you can't pay this off and do this, you need to go back to the hospital. And if you can't make this career work, then it's not going to work anymore. And I just remember that day. And I remember I made the decision. I was like, I'm going to do this. Like, I'm going to pay it off and I'm going to do it. And so I started posting on social media every day. I hadn't done that before. I posted every day. And it, like I tell the girls all the time, like, you only get like 2 likes and then you start to get like 6 likes and it builds. But that's the day that I made the decision, because I was never going back to that place, the hospital.
That was my motivation too.
I love you guys at the Heart Hospital. Shout out. You guys were great. But no, I'm not going back. I get PTSD when I drive by. So
No, for real though.
I do. The amount of sick patients and it's
You feel like underappreciated.
yeah, you feel it's hard. So anyway, so that's that story. That's the day I think it changed.
Yeah.
That's the day I just buckled down and I was like, I will do whatever it takes to be successful at this.
So what's next?
Hopefully all the girls continuing to grow. Their books are all getting super full, and eventually I think we need a bigger space. For sure.
Yeah, that's a bold draw.
Don't give too much away, girl. Don't say too much.
Eventually, we're maxing out here. We're running out of space, which I thought we would never ever say. But yeah, I think eventually. I know it's a big space, and I remember we got into it. We thought, "There's no way we'll fill up all these drawers." No, they're all full.
They're full.
They're full.
Rolling over with product.
Yeah. So just that, and all the girls growing, continuing to grow. Some of them might start Patreon pages. Just seeing everybody grow.
Yeah. So with the growth comes, like, of course, like the drama and all of the things. But like, how do you hold autonomy with your team? Like, you have a very good team here, and you've created a team that people would dream of. Like, we're friends inside of work, outside of work. I mean, we are always together, and we love it. We love it.
We're doing gingerbread houses on Monday.
We are doing gingerbread houses, but so tell me, how do you keep that love and light alive in your team?
I think it's because I asked date of birth, and I found like their moon and their sun and their rising, and I saw how it worked with team members. I did because I asked Madison. Yes. Yeah, and I asked Abby or asked Madison, and she was like, "Is this gonna affect me getting a job?" And maybe.
I'm just like telling Caleb.
I know.
I was like,
he's like, "That's
she
so
asked
weird."
you what? And he was like, "Do you want to work there that bad?"
No, I think just I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get into that, but I don't know. Maybe my Pisces cancer, like I feel things in my gut. Like I feel like I know when things are wrong before they're wrong. I can tell when someone's going to tell me something before they tell me. I feel it. And I feel like I just feel it when I hire people. Yeah. Like I get bad vibes or good vibes. And I don't know. I think Lewis always says it's my gut. I don't know. But everyone's wonderful. Plus, some people were patients before. Some people were friends. Some people were babysitters. Some people, we've all kind of been interconnected. There's only a few that we brought into the group that weren't involved at all. Everybody's been somewhat interconnected, I feel like, in some way, shape, or form.
Okay. I love that.
Did I answer everything?
You did. You answered. Do you want any more? I can keep you on the spot, or do you want me to
then just trying to not be toxic. I don't know.
That's what my next question is. So, like, you do have a big group here, and like I mean, the stigma is that a group of women would have a lot of drama and a lot of toxicity, but we can say, sitting at this chair here or on this couch, that we don't normally have a lot of that.
No.
How do you, like, or if at all, how do you nip that in the bud? Like, how do you continue? Because I mean, people think this place is like Wizard of Oz, like with the trends and the trendy and like the bubbly, and everybody just love, like, I mean, people just think that we are so trendy and lovey and all that, and we are, but like, how do you keep that going? How do you keep that alive?
I know, I'm thinking, how do we keep
real with each other.
guys? I mean, okay. I mean, like I always say, like, the honeymoon phase is over.
Yes.
Obviously, we're all real with each other now. At first, everybody's like, hey. And now, I mean,
Smile like you like.
yeah, I mean, yeah, smile like you like each other when we first took pictures, because we didn't really know each other that well. No, I think just we're more honest with each other. We know that we're going to be on periods. We know we're going to be cranky sometimes. That people, I feel like most of the time, because I don't feel like anybody here is toxic, I think most of the time when people get feelings hurt or people are upset, it's always over a miscommunication. And if you know where that person's coming from, or they tell you why they felt that way, or they explain, like, maybe something was going on at home that we didn't know about, and it makes them, they're like, oh, like Madison with Caleb and his little gallbladder thing, like, I don't know, that's Nikki? No, I'm saying like, no, you were just like, just out of the blue.
All the time.
No, just like out of the blue, you were like, oh my gosh, I was at the ER, like and I was like, oh my God, like I had no idea, so like, you just never know like what's going on at home and what's happening. So no, you weren't mean at all. I was just thinking like, I didn't even know that you'd been at the ER all night, And so I think just, it usually is always miscommunication and just being honest with each other, trying.
Okay.
I'm not saying there's never going to be any. We're all women. Like it's.
Right.
Well, I mean, almost all of us. I mean,
I'm halfway, 50%.
basically.
Basically.
But.
I love this group.
Aw, yeah, and you've been somewhere else, so maybe you can kind of. Your place is great too.
Stay away.
It's great. There's not as many. There's where I'm at is amazing. There's not as many women. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe there is, but they're all very young. It's a great group.
Good.
But it's also on the other side of the United States, so it's just a different area. It's different everything. But I got lucky again.
Good.
But I mean, I wouldn't come back here every 3 months if I didn't really love y'all.
Yeah.
So you're doing something right.
I got some questions for you now. Or can I move on? Okay. What TikTok trends are you seeing out there in your land right now?
So TikTok trends. I try not to get on TikTok a lot.
Well, for like in the med spa, like when people come to you and they're like, I want this done, but they've seen it off of TikTok.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's different trends?
Do you see that up there? Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody where I'm at is lips. That's all they know. Lips. So I do a lot of lips. I try to talk people into, facial balancing. But I mean, we're cosmetic surgery. So most of our clients come in for, BBLs, boobs, and then I end up with them for lips. But I had one girl that came in and she wanted a full syringe of lip filler. And I'm telling you, she was migrated so bad. And just to have that conversation, and what she said was, I'm due for filler. And I'm like, okay, where at? And she tells me her lips, but they say I'm due. So they think they get a syringe of filler, every 3 months or once a year. That's not the thing. She got 10 syringes in her lips in 1 year. And I said, are you sure? And she pulled up her alley.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, it looked awful. So I'm trying to explain to her, how unsafe it is and that we need to dissolve. It's all up here, and show her the kissy face and all the things. And
I mean, truly, who's
literally
continually
unethical.
putting these syringes?
she said she never told me no. And I get it. They work for commission. I don't get it, but they work for commission. So they're just trying to make $1, and it makes me sad that they would do that just to make money. So I think that's why my books have exploded. Word got out like, hey, she's real, she's honest, and she's natural. I was trained by the best.
Period.
Clock it.
Yeah.
But we dissolved. She only let me dissolve the top.
Yeah.
She needed way more, but I did a lot of dissolving, 3 sessions, and then I made her wait. She didn't understand that either. She said, well, one time I had a bump and she dissolved it and then refilled it in the same day. Wow. And I'm like, okay, no. And it's really hard it's really hard to explain and educate to a patient without putting down that other injector. But sometimes you just really have to be like, okay, this is the facts. I don't even want to hear where you went, who did it, but this is all you need to know.
Yeah.
But so lips probably.
Oh, really?
So less about full face out there.
Less about full face. I've been doing a lot of chin, jawline, trying to talk everybody into that. I've seen that's mostly where their deficit there.
Interesting.
But they all want them boobs.
Girl.
Me too.
And the lipo,
Girl.
BBLs, and
They don't ever die down.
That hype will never end.
always swinging. And then our girls, they do, what I love about our place is they do tours when they first walk in. And so they walk down the hallway, they show where like HR is and like where our financial manager is. And when they pass by my room, they're so cute. They're like, this is Leanna, our nurse practitioner. And I have one of the MAs, she'll say she does all the Botoxes and all the fillers, and I just love them. My little Cajun, Louisiana, they're so cute. I love them.
I think it takes a special man to be with a woman that's in aesthetics. For sure. I do, because absolutely.
Explain.
I say that because like you maybe it's just because of the women I'm with, and like y'all are powerful women. Like y'all are powerful women, and so like it takes a lot for. I mean, as a man, knowing like I have obviously straight friends too, and like it's when sometimes it can be intimidating to have a woman that is so like like just like so ready to like I mean like look at all you've done. Like I mean Lewis is a special man. Like I mean it would take some people would be like terrified by that or threatened. But like it takes, so I think it genuinely does take a special type of man to be with a woman that is in aesthetics, because and then on top of that, like you're gonna be judged daily. Like you're like they looking at them foreheads, they looking at them eyes, the DAOs, all of them, so it's crazy. It just takes a lot, I think. And so not only just physically, but it like you have to be comfortable with yourself as a man, I think, to be with one of y'all. And like all of the people that y'all talk to or are with are very comfortable with the men that they are. So I mean I think it's just that's something that just has to be true. You're working on it.
Like,
you're working on it, but you're looking for someone that's strong-willed, right? Like you don't want someone that's gonna just run. Okay, so that was my ramble for now.
No, it's very true. I didn't think about it.
I think it's true. So the best aesthetics advice I've ever heard is, we'll start with you.
Can you skip me?
Okay. We'll come back to you. There's no skipping.
Okay.
There's no skipping, but we'll come back to you. Okay. The best aesthetics advice I've ever had is...
Are you not answering it?
No.
Do you guys have something?
I kind of have one or two, maybe a
Best
little bit.
advice?
I don't know. It like one of the things that kind of, this is like easy, simple, but it was a light bulb whenever I heard it, is that listening to the patient. So like a patient will be sitting in front of you and they're complaining about their dry skin, but all I see is like their acne or something else. And this patient is like, okay, but she's saying the dry skin. So I try to fix the dry skin and she comes back. She goes, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Everywhere else I've gone, they've just dried out my skin, because that's obviously something that you would think of first when acne. And she's like, now she trusts me and now she'll let me do whatever I want on her because I fixed her dry skin. But another one is the BBL machine. There's like little smoothies, the little filters that have like a little circle at the end or a little square on either side. This is gonna be hard to explain, but somebody told me once to flip that upside down to help get into like right here and closer to the eye, and that changed everything for me. So
all the little laser giver people will be like, ooh,
yeah,
they'll love it.
So if you do a BBL, change the smoothie upside down to get closer to right here. Free tip.
Like always start when you do your facial assessment, and Amanda taught me this, and then everywhere else she sent me to train said the same thing. Start mid-face and work your way out for support. So when patients are complaining about, their folds and, can you inject here is what they're asking, but we know we don't do that. So we're going to start, mid and outer to try to lift that. So probably that advice, just mid-cheeks, mid-face, and work out.
Slow injecting. I feel like injecting is like an art. I don't think you should be like pushing a ton of product all at once. So I think slow injecting. I even notice it like with my lips. Like I feel like if I'm going slower, it's looking better. And then I feel like back to Vanessa's point, to double down on that, that's very true too. Like if someone comes in, let's say they want to get their lips done, but like they need a little bit of support to handle the lips that they want to make sense and be proportionate, addressing the lips and kind of talking about possibly doing the like chin or wherever they need support next time, so that way we still address why they came here, so then they don't just feel like you just shut them down. So you want to give them a little bit, so you're kind of just building that trust there too, but you're also educating them too.
Yeah, no, I think that's good, because some injectors will not treat the lips unless you let them do all the support around. Like they're like, no, I'm not going to do lips unless you, like some people are very, and so I do agree. Like sometimes you just got to do the little things, get their trust, build them, and then they're going to let you advance onto other things. Do we think it would look better with the other support? Of course, but that's our aesthetic guy. So I do agree with that. I don't know about best advice, but I will say like one thing I'm really wanting to improve on and like advice I'm wanting to get and for the next year is I think about like Anusha or like a couple of those injectors that have like 2 syringes in their hand and just like looking at a face, consulting and being able to not make magic with 2 syringes, but make a big change with just 2 syringes. I know I can do it when I have 6 or 4. I can really make changes, but how sometimes they just pick that spot that really, because sometimes I have patients with budgets of just 2 syringes. And so I want to get better at just finding the best bang for the buck. Like, okay, is it supporting the eyes? Is it adding a chin? What is going when they look in the mirror that they're going to be like, wow, I just want to get better at that. And I think that comes from consulting and aesthetically, like eye-wise, looking at the face.
That's like number one thing too that just like remind me too is like consults, like assessing. Like I feel like that is like the biggest thing. I feel like that's a big part of where I feel like I've grown in the past like 2 years is like my assessment of a face. Like when I first started, it was like, oh, where do I look? Like, you know what, like I'm new. But now like I feel like if you nail the assessment, the injectable, like the hardest part I think personally of treating a face is like nailing the assessment, because once you nail it, everything else is smooth sailing from there.
And I think just learning to not just focus on, well, they want a chin, they want lips, and I think that's what I had to kind of, my mindset going into this is like looking at the face, the bigger picture, look at everything together, uniform, what's going to look better and what can we do in several different areas, and not just, so like saying, hey, I hear you want this, like the trusting relationship, of course, but whether we're doing, you know, chin, lips, all the things, I think looking at the big picture, face as a whole, and not just the cheeks or not just the chin or the lips, and basically switching my brain kind of to look at that. So yeah, that was the biggest thing for me.
Assessment, for sure.
Yep.
And then, what is it? Patients, like percentage, like 99% of them that sit in your chair, they want a full face assessment. Like they want you to hit them hard. What would you do to my face? And in the beginning, that was hard to bring that up and talk to the patient. But I just keep remembering, like, okay, they probably really want to hear it. So I'm gonna just give it to them and.
Yeah, you
works
don't
out.
ever hurt anybody's feelings.
Right.
So you're afraid of sometimes bringing stuff up that they didn't mention at first. So it's like
You don't want to give them a complex
about
it,
something else.
but-
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Should we just finish off with
Wait,
maybe a
the-
2026 goal?
Wait, Abby didn't answer.
I've been thinking.
I'm gonna go after you.
Okay.
Do you want to say your goal? Your 2026 goal?
Oh,
Say it real quick. Goals or
What is your 2026 goal or New Year's resolution?
Career or no?
It can be whatever you want.
Honestly, it's not gonna be career focused. I feel like this year was very career focused. I'm gonna be continue because it's like what I live for. But I want to care for myself more. I feel like I want like less screen time, and I want to get back into fitness and like eating healthy. And I just want like to take a full day out of the like once a week, like maybe half day of like no screen time whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's good.
Because it's a lot.
Yeah. It's all
Okay.
Good job. Okay. What is your 2026 goal?
Just to have more patience, probably. Is that too deep? That's a prayer. More patience. Not patience at work. I'm loaded.
Yeah.
Patience, like let me not react.
Yeah. I know.
Okay. And then, you know, my career, family. I just want to spend more time with my kids and my husband, and I would like to have like a whole day with them. Like, I don't know, just family love. Maybe, I don't know.
I love that.
That's good.
Maybe learn how to bake bread or something.
Bake bread.
I don't know.
Okay. Sourdough. Yeah, good. I heard sourdough is hard to make. I've heard it is.
That's me and like my I think like my other life. I would have a garden. I would the sourdough bread.
You would have a good garden.
I mean that's it.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, but you would have a good. I'm working on my career. I would say more. I want to be more present in the current moment. I'm very go all the time. Even in my career, I just constantly am always thinking about what's next. What can I do next? How can I grow? How can I do something? And I would like to be more present in the now, and actually care about what's going on. Like instead of like being at holidays thinking about what I need to do tomorrow. I want to know what's going on today. I want to think about my family. I want to be present, and I want to work on organization in the workplace a little bit better. Like I feel like I am organized, but like to the point that I just want to be a little bit more crisp.
Yeah, that's great.
Like all does. Can I steal yours?
Definitely screen time like Dianara. I asked for, I don't even know if I'm getting it for Christmas, but I asked for that thing called like Brick that like it shuts down your apps at a certain time. And then the only way to get the apps to work again is if I go tap my phone on it and I'm going to like put it in the kitchen or something somewhere far. Just decompressing. I think my kids are growing up so fast. They're about to be 8 and 10. And I just feel kind of really sad inside about that. I'm just feeling like, did I soak in all the years that they were little, the years that they still like me and love me? And so that kind of makes me really sad. So I'm really trying to like be there for my kids. I mean, I make it to all games and stuff, but just be more present with my children.
Boys, so they'll always love you.
I hope so. Until they get wives and the wives don't let them come over. I don't know. But yeah, that, and obviously grow Lulu. I want to keep growing. I want everyone here to be as successful as possible. So, and just building in the community. And I want to like run into someone and be like, oh, I know Lulu, you know, where it's not like, oh, what's Lulu, you know? So it doesn't happen too often now, but sometimes it does. And I'm like, wow, have you not heard about Lulu, you know? But, yes, be more present with my family and health. Gosh, just being healthy, and everyone being safe.
Yeah. So I think, of course, you know, all of us would say growing professionally, that's just a given. But I think becoming more healthy, like Dianara said, I need to start working out again. You need to work out too. Yeah. Work out again. I think I'm becoming perimenopausal, so I need to get my labs done. I need to take my labs.
And you reminded me of everything that's wrong.
Every symptom, I'm like, oh, I think it's knocking on the door.
It is. Yeah, I'm 41. I'm pretty sure it's perimenopausal, so I need you guys to fix me. So health, workout, perimenopausal, and of course, like you said, my family. Like I have 2 little girls, and I want to soak them up. And dating or not dating, I want to have my girls forever.
Yeah. We're dating next year. You're dating.
Yeah, you're dating next year.
That's their goal for me.
Yeah, you're dating.
Abby's on the Hinge profile, like ASAP.
We need to take her to Nashville.
Oh my God. Gosh, it's hard to follow up, you know.
No, it's good.
You know, all the moms, but
you soak in that stuff.
I do. And then I was literally thinking though, I was like, man, my kids are just turned 3, 4, and an almost 7-year-old, and just finding the joy in every single moment, like even in the meltdowns or the sickness. And I'm like, they're sick today. I'm so stressed. I have all this to do, but they're snuggling me and they're home from school, and just enjoy every moment, even though it's hard, and not wish that any time away, because like Amanda said, you know, her boys, she's sad about that. And I'm like, oh, my kids are younger than that. And I just feel like it's gone by so fast. And so that, of course, you know, making memories as a family with my kids is number one for me and my husband. So that, and then of course, just since maybe working a little bit more, I don't know really what that looks like, but growing more professionally.
Adding another day. Trying.
Oh, I thought you were about to say add another baby. Yes.
Oh God.
What? Yeah, I was like, what? No.
But
I think that's it, and yeah, just continue that growth.
Out.
Yeah, I know. I'm.
You're working out.
Oh, yes, I am working out.
So she's already beaten us there.
Obviously, like growing here as much as possible, as well as my health, like everyone said. I think the biggest thing though is not being so much a people pleaser, and I'm like a chronic overthinker too. So, you know, everyone's not mad at you. Like I need to chill and stop being in my head about things like that, because I overthink, and like that keeps me up at night sometimes. But
I want to give you a hug.
oh, okay, that's sweet. But you know, just personal things, working on with myself, and try to not worry about others and making people, I don't know, like
Yeah, and being single and having fun and not getting in a relationship and just enjoying Abby.
Enjoying yourself.
Enjoying Abby.
Putting yourself
Yes,
first.
yes, yeah.
Seriously, I mean, like, we're all old. I'm telling you, like, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Like, go on dates, have fun.
Yeah.
You'll learn new things about yourself.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That you just
Yeah.
Yeah.
being married is great, and having kids is great. That single all you have to worry about is yourself. Like, what are your likes? What are your passions? What, really what makes you happy? You figure it out.
I'm in my independent era.
I love it.
Period.
Yeah.
Working on my car myself.
Oh my gosh! Changing, having to get headlights changed and figuring out and
brakes
you were
changed.
doing it yourself. Like actually, like,
I have to figure it out myself because my dad, if he's watching, I love you, Tay, but he says Google is free when I ask him car questions. So it's like figure it out yourself. YouTube.
But
Yeah.
she had to take her bumper off her car. And take a whole thing. So,
Yeah.
so,
To get my headlights changed.
So
I didn't do that.
so she's trading that car in because that car is just
It's
crap. It's difficult.
So I need 3 new tires.
Oh. Okay.
And I hate buying tires.
Why?
They're
It
so
seems- It
expensive.
seems like such a
I
waste, but you
know.
need them, you know?
You do
Yeah.
need them.
You know?
To go down the
You
road.
go down the road.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see you next time. That is all. Bye.
Bye.